Welcome to the Concordia College Football Show with Coach Terry Horan. I'm your host, Norman Bell. Terry, it seems like the past three games, it's taken till middle of the third quarter for the guys to kind of wake up.
Yeah, unfortunately, it kind of has been. You know, I did say this to our guys after the game. You know, our energy and our effort and our enthusiasm and the excitement for playing the game was there right out of the gates. You know, our opening kickoff, that was our entire plan, was to pin them in the corner, and especially, you know, there was a good breeze coming out of the northwest. Pin them in the corner, get a 3-and-out, get a short punt, deal with a short field, and let everything else kind of take care of itself. Well, we ended up getting that result, other than the fact that when we got the ball offensively, we weren't able to get much established, and part of that happened to be with Bethel's defense. Okay, so Bethel has a new defensive coordinator. He's in his second year. He's been an even front guy. Well, Bethel kind of went back to a defense of old that gave us some fits. We had 2 weeks of preparing. We hadn't repped it at all, so we had to do some adjusting on the sideline and even at halftime, and they kind of had us on our heels. So you got to give kudos to them on mixing up their defense and kind of put us on our heels. But still, at this time of the year, you're looking at we're week 7. You've seen pretty much almost every front, and it's just a matter of getting out and executing, and we just weren't able to get it done. And then the turnovers started happening. I mean, they scored to make it 7-0 on the very first play. We turned the ball over. We put our D's in a short field situation, and they scoop and score, I guess, on that one. So now they're up 14-0. And then the score right before half with like 42 seconds left, that was a tough pill to swallow as well, because you're still in striking distance, and we had to regroup at halftime and come out the second half, and what happens on the first play? We fumble, and that is not a recipe for success, as we've been saying. It seems like you go back 3 weeks, the last 3 weeks of our show here, I'm saying the same things. Yeah. And it's not like our guys are trying to make mistakes. They're not. They're working hard. They're preparing hard. Coaches are coaching hard. It's just, things are happening. And that's football. The ball is not round. It takes funny bounces once in a while. And we're the recipient of that at this juncture. And how do you get out of it, Norm? Well, you know what? The only way I know how to get out of it is the good Lord put eyes in the front, and that's you move forward. You didn't put them in your back, and you can't change what's happened in the past. You can learn from it, you can grow from it, and you can be better because of it. And that's the message to our football team as we move forward to St. John's, which we know where our level needs to be for this game on Saturday.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights. Just put together some highlights from throughout the game here. Just focus on some of the positives.
Absolutely.
Special teams did a
great
really nice job.
Yeah, you bet they did.
They really did.
Something that we worked on hard for 2 weeks. We had 2 weeks to prepare for Bethel, so we were happy to see.
This is always interesting. When we go to Bethel, the locker room is almost on the other side of campus.
Right.
But you get all your pregame and halftime stuff done in the track area, and I guess I understand now there's no showers over there, so that's why. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Just everybody has their quirks and whatnot, and not that it's a quirk, it's good facilities, but it's a long walk to the field. But there's the opening kickoff right there. We get a block in the back. Moves a half a distance, so they start with the ball on about the 5-yard line. Our D's come out and do what we need to do. We're excited. We're getting down to business, and offensively come out and just struggled executing. And part of it was Bethel's defense. I mean, they bring out an old defense, as I mentioned, that we really hadn't prepped, and it's a total different defensive coordinator. So he went back into the archives, and kudos to them, smart on their part. We had 2 weeks to prepare for what they had been doing. So Blake, here's a little jet out to Matt By, and Matt makes a good play there, and we got a little play action. And
right here, it seemed like Blake could have probably picked up another 10, 15 yards if he would have just ran.
Yeah, I had a great conversation with him afterwards. I said, man, we're in 4-down territory. We need you to pull that up. You have green grass, go. He tried to sling it in to Seahawk, but the guy was right all over his back. Blake had probably got a first down there, or got close to the sticks. Fourth down, we're probably going for it. Great return by Riley Sheridan. I thought our KO return did a pretty good job pretty much all day. There's our D's swarming to.
Teams still haven't learned you're not going to run against Aaron Arndt.
Well, you look at him out there, but he's a physical kid. He's not very big, but he's athletic, and he's going to work his tail off. And here's a nice little pass out to Seahawk again, and a little counter play.
He makes the most of his
he does.
Opportunities with the ball.
Not the quickest, not the fastest guy in the world, but he's smart. He's a good student of the game, and he works hard. Here's good coverage. Willie Julks, I thought, had a really good day on special teams too, and and Berge, we haven't been able to get his services at linebacker, but we were able to get him to punt, and it was for this reason right here. He can flip the field in a second with one kick, and he did. And
that was a poor call by the officials. Not to criticize him or anything, but he called a muff, and in order for it to be a muff, he had to have caught the ball or attempted to catch the ball. He just tried to pick it up and touched it.
Originally, and I was arguing on this because originally I thought he had actually had the ball in his hand and had possessed the ball. When you don't possess the ball, you can't advance the ball.
Okay.
So that's the rule there. So I thought he had possessed the ball when we got the ball, and then we were able to score, which should have been 6 points. Well, anyways, we get out and we were able to get in the end zone for much needed points for us. At that juncture, it was a positive play by recovering a fumble, and it set up a score. We were actually +4 within our specialty units on setting up a big play. We had that fumble recovery, it set up a score. We had a block PAT, and then we had a tackle inside the 20-yard line. So we were +4 on the day. So I was proud of our specialty units too.
Another really good kickoff return
by
Riley.
Well, there Riley goes. He's got great speed, and he got ourselves up into some pretty decent territory. We were about right at midfield, so that's a great return by us. Here's a nice pick by Willie Julks, just getting out into his coverage and getting up the field, and he gets us inside the 5. And unfortunately, on the first play after that, we fumbled the ball inside the red zone again, which that for us has kind of been an Achilles heel here lately. That it's a pride zone for us when we get in the red zone, and to cough it up like that, it's not what we want. This is a late score by us. We got a little sweep action and got a great cut block by Seahawk to get Sheridan into the end zone.
And that wraps it up there for Bethel. Turned out to be not as bad a day as we thought.
No, it was a good day. The wind was blowing. I mean, the sun out certainly helped. And they have the traditional grass in it, but it's a good grass too. It's that
the playing surface is really nice this time of year.
It's a sandy prescription turf, and I didn't see the bad footing like I saw on film with them in St. John's. I saw a few of our guys slip a little bit, but it wasn't as bad as I was expecting.
Okay. When we return, we'll talk St. John's. All right, Eric, man. Welcome back to the Concordia College Football Show. I'm now joined by first-year defensive line coach Mason Thorstad. Mason, thanks for joining me, man.
No problem.
Man, you inherited a very, very talented, exciting group of veteran players and young players.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about the squad.
Man, we got a lot of guys contributing from, all around the spectrum. We got 3 senior starters, and then we got, some true freshman backups. And that's really exciting for us, for the future and, this year as we go along now. So
Now, being a former offensive lineman, if I was to see your starting 3 defensive linemen roll out on that field in the beginning of a game, I'm like, oh, we got this one. Man, those dudes put in work.
That's right.
Oh, man,
they're short. They're short. That's what you're talking about, right?
They just
got
don't
motors.
look the part. Oh,
they got
man,
motors.
Right. Noah Welsh, he's on the show. You wouldn't think this guy is as good as these guys are good.
No, and that's all it takes to be a good D lineman, man. You just got to go and keep going the whole play till the whistle, and that's what those guys do, and that's what we ask out of them, and they get it done.
And that's kind of a reflection. That's kind of being your first year here. I know before the games you are so revved up. You get a workout in, and I get a workout in, but you get a workout in. And then we go to the field, O-line, D-line, former D-lineman playing pitch and catch together. Like you get amped, and you could tell you have a motor. So it doesn't surprise me that those guys, that you probably, implement that in them, tell them you have to have that.
Right, and I hope it translates to those guys, and I think it does, and that's kind of, that's just the D-line atmosphere, man. You got to be high tempo all the time, and then ready to go whenever the snap goes. I
got you. So just a little background, Northern State 2013, defensive end, was it?
Yep.
How were you guys back then when you played?
When I got there, 1-10 team.
What?
Yeah, we had some struggles. We got a new coaching staff that implemented the 3-4-D. Tom Dosh is a pretty good coach. But he had to rebuild a pretty nasty program, and he's still working on it to this day. But he got it done. It's getting up there, and it was a good time, man. The years there with him were exceptional. Learned a lot, and that's kind of what I'm bringing here is all the philosophy that he and Coach Flieger, who was now at Southern Illinois, a D-line coach at the time, taught me.
Okay. Now you're a local boy. Cobber's kind of missed out on as a West Fargo Packer.
Right. Yeah.
What were your days like as a Packer?
I was an all-state center, so I played the two-way game. I played DN and center, but I got my accolades at center, and that was, my primary position. That was the West Fargo Packer thing, is put your dudes in D-line or on O-line. And that was my jam back then. And kind of funny, Terry Horan, Coach Horan, he had me up on a visit here at Concordia to play O-line, and that's where he went wrong, I think, is I was a D-end at heart, and I ended up going with the D-end offer to Northern. So.
I hear you, I can see your side of it because it was the opposite for me.
Right.
Being that I was only 6'3" at the time, not even that anymore. A lot of schools were looking at me as a nose guard.
Right.
And I know what we used to do to nose guards.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah. But anyway, so something I asked you a question earlier, and it kind of took me by surprise. But you're getting married next Friday.
Next Friday night, man.
Who scheduled that one?
That was before I got the job here. Okay. But it's been cleared, and I'm hoping to make it to Saturday's game. I won't miss it for anything. It, might be a rough morning. I'll have to leave early, and Pops is going to drive me out at 5 a.m. But hey, man, I'm excited. Got to bring it every time, no matter the circumstances.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm sure you'll be there. Fired up, get a workout in, and everything else.
I'll have to, I'm sure. So.
Hey, man. Well, congratulations on your guys. The season, the record doesn't show how well the defensive line has actually played this season. But congratulations on that, and thanks for joining me, Mason.
Hey, no problem.
All righty. That's defensive line coach Mason Thorstad. I'm now joined by one of my favorites on the Cobber football team, Noah Welsh. Noah, thanks for joining me, man.
Thanks, Norm.
We go back and forth, banter all the time, talking to each other. You tell me you're going to do this, and I say prove it, and things like that. And a lot of the times you come close, but the reward for me is to give you those first-class accommodations on the bus, all the way in the back.
Yeah.
What's your senior season been like, buddy?
It's been a lot different than my previous seasons. I started out doing pretty well, and then I kind of started going down the hill, and then I got hurt, and I'm just working on coming back from that injury still. So.
And injuries tend to do that. When you're not 100%, it shows sometimes when you're trying to get find your way back. But Spicer, Minnesota, New London Spicer High School. I had no idea where this was. I always assumed that it was just another Twin Cities suburb. No, not even close.
No, it's south of St. Cloud, about an hour. And west of the city is about 2 hours. Small town of Spicer's like 1,200 and New London's 13, I believe.
Okay. Now we have a few Cobbers that played their high school ball in New London Spicer.
Yep. I played with Brandon Nisley since 5th grade. I think we've been on the same team. And then Trayton Oswald I've been playing with since 7th grade. I think in 5th and 6th grade he was on a different Pee Wee team.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, is Brandon Zylstra from that area also?
Yeah, he lives 2 miles south of me, or his parents do, I should say.
So we've had some guys that made some pretty big contributions to the Cobber football program from the London Spicer. What's your major?
Organizational leadership.
Okay. What do you
Business
think?
management.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know that could lead to a lot of things. You know?
Yeah, that's
that
why I
could lead
did
to a
it,
lot
because
of things.
I'm still not really sure what I want to do, so I picked that because that covers a lot of things.
Well, your mom was telling us that you plan to be retired by 23. Is there a secret that we don't know about that you
That's
have
still
in
a
the back
goal.
pocket?
I got to win this lottery here coming up.
You know, you probably be one to win it. You're the type of person that would win it. Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. I love that show.
Guy Fieri is the man.
Like,
He tweeted me.
Did he?
He tweeted me once, yes.
Like, did you reach out to him and he tweeted you back? Or?
Me and my roommate Ross were having like a little Twitter argument about which show is better, Chopped or Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. And I ended up pinning my tweet saying Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives is better.
Oh, triple D's, no doubt.
For sure. And Ross asked me why I pinned that, and I said, in case Guy Fieri ever stumbles across my profile. And then he tweeted me saying, hey man, stumbled across your profile. Chopped is tough competition, but I love the fan love.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that show. It kind of is, you know, not the greatest show to look at when you're hungry.
No, you still watch it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Then it makes anything look good.
Which Summer Olympics sport would you most like to compete in? The 100-meter dash?
Yeah, it's the shortest.
You just
I want to get in, get my medal, and get out.
I mean, you could long jump or, you know, something like that. I mean, that's, bam, it's over.
Hey, I don't jump very far. I don't got the physique for that.
Okay,
so short legs.
The roster has you guys listed 6 feet 260. The three of you across the front.
No lie.
Right. There's not one of you guys that reached those measurements. Maybe Tick. But it doesn't matter. You guys go out and you play. You guys go out and play hard. Like that's something a lot of people, you know, they see you guys just hanging out, so on and so forth. They don't really see the talent and the hustle and the hard work that you guys put into it and how well you guys play together. Is there a chemistry you have with them? Is it something that just over the past 3 years of playing together with those other two guys that you guys just have a feeling for each other?
Yeah, a little bit. I think since I came in freshman year, there's always been a competition between me and Gunnar, whether it's in the weight room to see who's stronger, or on the football field, just seeing who can rack up the best stats or play the best, or in practice, who does the best. We always compete no matter what, day in and day out. And Tick, everyone loves Tick. You can't dislike Tick, and we always just pretty well at understanding what we mean when we say something. So.
Now, you guys came in this fall camp, like, what, 30 pounds lighter, each of you? Tick a little bit more?
Yeah, Tick was a little north of 30, but yeah, I was about down, I think, 25-ish.
Okay. Have you seen that help you?
Yeah, I feel a lot better out on the field. I can move a lot easier, and I don't feel so, like, heavy, like a ball rolling around out there.
Okay, and you also moved positions from inside to outside, from like a nose guard to an end.
Yeah, well, I came in at the end. I remember on my recruit visit, I told Coach Horan I wanted to play nose guard, and he said, come on now. And I said the same response, like, hey, come on, that's where I'm comfortable. And I went into nose guard my sophomore and junior years, and then I moved out to DN just to, I don't know if it was to get my speed or my senior participation out there more.
Well, I mean, it's clearly worked for you. Clearly worked for you. So, like, you know, you're a funny guy, joke around a lot, but how would you like to change the world? Get clean water to Flint. That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, they still have dirty water after what has it been, like 5 years or something.
Yeah. So you bought into that, being responsibly engaged in the world, like the whole brew concept at Concordia. Tell me what classes have been like for you.
Hard.
Yeah, it is. It's a hard school, but it's even harder being a student athlete.
Yeah, I went from studying very minimally in high school to coming here and taking a hard pill to swallow that I have to study a lot more for my academics, and I can't just get through classes and need to actually work at them. Okay,
2 questions. Who's the better athlete, you or your girlfriend?
Her.
Okay. Same question. Who's the better athlete, Eric Manning or Kirsten?
Kirsten.
Is she?
Yeah.
He won't accept it.
He needs to learn sooner or later.
Eric, it's her, not you. She's the better athlete.
Hey, your buddy said it, man. It's not me. Hey, Noah, I want to thank you for joining me, man. I've been looking forward to getting you on the show and talking to you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem. Good luck the rest of the season, buddy.
Thank you.
All righty. That's senior defensive end, Noah Welsh. Well, Terry, a very high St. John's team is coming in here this week.
Absolutely. And you know what? St. John's Concordia rivalry over the years has been something special. And we certainly we enjoy the game. And how can you not get excited about playing in a game like this? You're playing one of the best teams in the country at your place. You know, these are the games you want to play in. You know, as an athlete, as a coach, you want to coach in these games. And I'm looking forward to seeing our football team rebound. And as I said earlier, you know, the good Lord put eyes in front of us to look forward and not behind. And we're looking forward to St. John's coming here. We're on fall break. This is uncharted waters for us too. You know, fall break, usually it's a couple days. We have a full week of no classes going on right now. So for us, that's a good thing. You know, get our guys focused on our game, our plans, you know, meeting times. We're going to be able to spend more time with our kids to get ready for this game, and we need it. You know, we know the type of competition that's coming in here on Saturday. So we need to have all three phases playing the best we possibly can, and go out and work hard all week in practice and study and prep and play like champions on Saturday.
Now, I'm going to put Bethel to bed here right after this. This season is sort of setting up for them like it has for Concordia the last 2 years, where their last game of the season, they're going to be playing for a playoff spot against St. Thomas. Is it St. Thomas?
Yeah, so they host St. Thomas in the end. And obviously, you know, when you look at our league, anybody can beat anybody in any given moment. When you're not ready to go and not prepared mentally and physically, anybody can beat you. You know, we've seen that. But yeah, our league's strong. Our league is tough. Bethel is Bethel of old again. You know, they're big, they're physical, and obviously St. Thomas brings a lot of athleticism and size and physicality, and that'll be a heck of a matchup at Bethel at the end of the season, and it could be for a possible Pool C spot. You know, right now, because if you look at it. Even with a loss with St. John's is pretty much still the AQ because they beat the other two head-to-head. So it's just a battle for who's going to be that next team if that next team gets chosen to come out of our league.
Yeah, well, I expect to see a lot of people at the Jake this Saturday. They always come out for St. John's, and St. John's travels pretty well.
They do, and you know what? We need to get a lot of people back. Obviously, it's fun to be home. It's been a month since we've been home. You know, this seriously, this schedule this year has been crazy for us. You look at homecoming, and it was kind of a miserable, cold day, and then we're at Gustavus, and then we have a bye week. Then we're at Bethel. So a month later, we're at home. We need as many people out as possible. You know, our students come back. You know, I know we're on fall break, but come back early and be a part of this. This is always a special game.
I actually posted a video on Facebook that I took with my cell phone of the stands at homecoming, how packed it was, and my quote was just, "Please, let's make the Jake look like this on Saturday."
Absolutely. Hey, any advantage we can get, we're going to take it.
Well, Cobbers face the Johnnies this Saturday, 1 o'clock at Jake Christensen Stadium. This has been the Concordia College Football Show with Coach Terry Horan.